Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name's Ash. Welcome to my channel, Saved by an Angel, where I talk about anything that has to do with paranormal, weird stuff, and self-improvement. Because in 2014, I tried to take my life, and Archangel Michael appeared. Only reason why I'm here. In this video, I'm going to share some things with you. If you have an addictive personality, some things you need to know, and what you can do to use it as a benefit instead of a detriment. So, I'm not a doctor or a counselor. I'm just a school of hard knocks coach. All throughout my 20s and halfway through my 30s, I was an alcoholic. I was addicted to alcohol. I was blackout drunk every single weekend. I was addicted to cigarettes and gambling. This was my whole entire life. In 2015, when I was 35 years old, I was staring a divorce in the eyes, and I decided that I owed it to my 8-month-old son to transform my life, become the best version of myself, and see if I could save my marriage. From 2015 to 2020, I became addicted to improving myself and my life in any way that I could. I spent thousands of dollars over the course of the last 7 years with working with Reiki healers, Reiki masters, shamans, using plant medicines, reading books, going to seminars, and basically improving my life any way that I knew how to. And in 2015, when I quit drinking and gambling, my whole entire life revolved around those two things. Outside of my 9 to 5, I would hang out at restaurants or pubs or clubs, go to buddies' places for drinks, have people over my places for parties, hang out at casinos, play poker, play online poker, put $500 on a sports game. This was my life. And when I quit, about 3 to 6 months after I quit drinking and gambling, I remember pretty much losing my mind, getting so frustrated, thinking like I didn't know who I was anymore, and I had an ego death. I remember becoming frustrated and thinking like, what am I supposed to do? Like, force myself to like something that I don't like. And I remember throwing my fist to the sky and saying, if I knew it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have quit. And I remember I was going to go back to drinking. And that's a few days later when art came into my life. I'd never discovered art, and one of the things I like to teach is that when you quit an addiction that's become part of your life, you have to introduce something new. Otherwise, you're just going to focus on the gaping hole that was once in your life, the absence of it. And bringing in something new will help you not focus on that. And for me, just by fluke, I just made a steel tree at work, brought it home, covered it in crystals, and I couldn't stop. I became excited after 2 years. In 2015 was 2 years after I lost my mom. I'd felt nothing but pain and sorrow in my heart. Creating these trees for the first time, I felt joy, and it was the first time I realized that I was actually going to be able to heal, when I thought I was going to carry around this gaping shotgun wound in my heart for the rest of my life. And so first of all, if you have an addictive personality, what that means is you have addictions. If you have addictions, what that means is you're looking outside of yourself for something to help you feel good. Okay, you're not capable of feeling good by yourself, so you look for outside sources, right? I've personally been visited by Jesus and angels. I've left my body multiple times. I remember what it feels like on the other side. It's unconditional love. And even being in my physical form, being in the presence of angels and Jesus, I've experienced basically pure bliss and ecstasy. And I know what the heart is capable of producing. And it's capable of producing a feeling of love and joy so much more powerful than any drug you could ever experience. And so if you have an addictive personality, basically what that means is our natural state is unconditional love, and if you need something to help yourself feel that, the reason, most likely, what I've come to learn working with all these intuitive energy healers, they're basically like counselors that can tap into your crown or your third eye, see everything you've been through, and tell you what's holding you back in minutes compared to weeks or months. And you just learn so much. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but anyways, what I did is I became addicted to bettering myself, right? And so if you have an addiction to something, you have to ask yourself why. If something stands out in your life, something tough that you've been through, and you know it's causing you pain, well, then you got to dive into that and heal that pain. Forgive people if they're involved, if that's what's needed, or heal if you've lost someone, or whatever it is. You got to figure it out. If nothing comes to mind, 9 times out of 10, what I've learned working with these intuitive healers is that everything stems from, a lot of things stem from childhood. How we're raised in the first 6 years is the most critical, and we play out things in our adult life that's basically based off of our childhood, and a lot of times we actually carry the pain from our childhood that hasn't been healed, and we play it out as adults. Things in our reality come to us as mirrors to show us what needs to be healed. And so really, when it comes to addictive personality, it just comes down to addictions and unprocessed pain. But regardless, if you identify yourself as having an addictive personality, become addicted to bettering your life. Everything you do, whatever you have, addictions can be anything too, right? Cigarettes, marijuana, alcohol, shopping, excessive sex, right? Anything outside of yourself that brings you joy, that you're doing to get a bit of a high, is an addiction, right? And so why you're doing these things is to feel better. So this is not the easy route by any means, okay? But you can become addicted to bettering yourself, bettering your life, and healing the pain. And what happens is you naturally start to feel so good that you don't need that unhealthy addiction that you're watching this video for, right? Comment down below, what's your unhealthy addiction? Too much shopping, whatever it is, right? So what did I do to become, what did I do? I started basically, reading books, watching thousands of hours of YouTube, watching people like Tony Robbins, Abraham Hicks, In 2015, when I tried to figure out what this reality was all about, in 2014, I tried to take my life, but I went on a 9-month bender. I didn't tell anyone how close I came to committing suicide. I just went to work the next day like everything was normal. And eventually, when I decided to change my life, I needed to figure out what this reality was all about, because I knew nothing about angels, and Archangel Michael opened up a portal, and my dad, who was still alive, his voice started yelling at me to stop me from starting my car in my garage. And so I needed to learn about this reality. Abraham Hicks helped me out. Self-improvement, there's so many people out there like Tony Robbins, Aaron Doughty, there's all these people, right? And so I became addicted that way to knowledge. Started investing in myself, working with shamans and energy healers, and investing in plant medicine and going to plant ceremonies, and just working with other people and learning as much as possible. So, another thing I did was started cleaning up my diet. I used to work, so I worked around surrounded by fast food. So what I did is I started eliminating, after losing my mom to cancer, it's been since 2015 since I used a microwave. I haven't had a painkiller in 7 years. I went 7 years. I just recently broke down without having a donut. What you can do is or I went 7 years without having a donut, and I just had one. If I didn't say that, but what you can do is you can just start eliminating things. You know, I was a big meat eater. You know, I would throw the parties. I would have a barbecue full of meat, throw it in people's faces. You know, 4.5 years I've been vegetarian now. Never thought that'd be possible. Never thought I'd say that. You know, I used to like look at vegetarians like they're weirdos. You know, I haven't drank for almost 7 years, vegetarian. You know, got the smoothies, the vitamins. I've completely changed my diet, and you know, I started working out. That's been a bit of a yo-yo, getting back in, excuse me, getting back into that. But you know, started working out, started meditating. Meditating is a huge thing for changing my life. Number one tool right there. If you got addictive personality, most likely the monkey mind's going too much. So you got to calm that down by just closing your eyes, breathing, meditating, calming the mind. Meditation was huge, okay? Drinking clean water, getting rid of pop, right? Sugar, cutting down on that as much as possible. All these things, anything you can do to improve your life, you can start feeling so good you don't need those drugs, okay? I think I've hit my point. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please share this video so more people can see it. Thanks for all your subscribes. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone.